All right, welcome back to the 80 Star Basketball Channel Auction Action Monday morning. Just generally Monday morning. The reason I do this on Mondays is because there's a lot of Sunday ending auctions for eBay, but and sometimes we have different auctions that end on Sunday. So just kind of the Monday is kind of the day I'm going to try and get this in. Monday, and if not Tuesday, hopefully I get it in for the week. Real quick recap, just wanted to talk about yesterday's video that I put out for news and updates and stuff. I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter. There wasn't that much change in, there's some auctions I want to talk about, but there isn't much going on right now except for the huge 101 ones, but I'm just going to give you a price update. I'm not going to explain condition and everything, but just kind of looking at those fairly fast. One of the reasons is, again, I'm working on that project. Time is a constraint for me. I've mentioned this before. I have a job, a family, all that stuff, and I would love to be putting time into amazing videos and whatnot, but this is what you get. With the time constraints I have and what I can do, at least, I'm trying to put good stuff together, but it really is time constrained for me. So I'm working on and putting together that data modeling. That's like my big video project that I want to put together, showing you how to do valuations with data model, how to analyze, assess data. And again, that's what I kind of do for a living, and have done it for a long, long, long time. And it's kind of cool to apply it to sports cards, and you'll find out a lot of different viewpoints and things. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I spend hours kind of planning it. What's funny is I end up talking about the 101 so much, but I actually don't think about the 101 too much. That's only when I get on the forums or whatever. Most of this time I'm kind of planning out this data modeling stuff, and I'm really kind of excited. It is going to take some time to get it together in the format and the planning, etc. So again, just it's coming. So let's jump into the auction. Just talking about ended 86 Fleer PSA 8, saw ended at almost 64 6300. This Keegan Murray, that's just a personal thing. The black golds, nothing. I don't collect new, but I do get Sacramento Kings because this is what me and my son, this is a big part of the hobby. This is what me and my son bond over, and I track these and whatnot. So when you see me looking at Star and all 80s basketball, and all of a sudden you see Keegan Murray's in there, that's and occasionally some other Sacramento Kings. That's all you're seeing right there is me and my son looking for stuff. So this was a Probstein auction, so I take this with a grain of salt. This 86 Fleer 9. Again, this ends up at prices that don't really make sense to me, but. This was the big one of the week. This Probstein auction that ended at exactly at average. I have, like I said in my past video, I've really been calling auctions with accuracy that I've been happy with. Remember, the one who gets and the reason I kind of say that is I had to prove to myself I can kind of call these, or at least they're ending in my assessment ranges. I'm never going to always be right, but I want to know what probability I am being accurate. And that's kind of when I talk about these. I'm going to start talking, was I right, was I wrong, why? And try and assess after the fact when things are a little bit more clear. This one, again, I talked about, I think as I looked at it more, and people did mention the eye appeal on this one, the centering, again, crystal clear on my centering bias for 101s. I don't weigh it as heavily, and that is not normal. But I've talked about that many times, but this one just simply wasn't. And the centering, and that could be the kind of the ding there, but pretty solid all around other than that. But centering is a huge eye appeal thing. So I simply was kind of going, and I mentioned that I think momentum could have taken this to 34,000. That was kind of what I said was winning, going to probably be was a winning bid, and it sure would have been. I don't know what the bid was above this, but it's kind of funny. You can jump 1,000 or 2,000 simply by the next bid by one person. So, but this ended up exactly on average, and is good to see. And but again, Probstein auction, take that for what it is. and looking at the 6100 for a PSA authentic, and did want to talk about this guy. I don't know, I've talked about him a little bit in a different video, but again, absolutely love this card. 9.5 ended off about 2000, which is, these are just on this steady climb up, and these will continue to be low pop, and around 800. I think 840 last time I checked. So they're almost twice. There's almost twice as many 101s as there are as these. So we're kind of looking at about a 1 to 4. If you compare this to the Mickey Mantle 52 tops, there's about 4 Mickey Mantles for one of these, and that's why I think this is heating up. And it's just simply a gorgeous card. Again, probably my favorite Star Jordan. Going down to just other auctions that have ended before, and then quickly what's active, what I'm watching. There's a 7.5 288 84 star. This Jay Vincent I'll talk about later at a different time for when I do a spotlight on the Mavericks. And then there's a bird bag. Those don't come up too much. And again, just some other things that I've talked about before or watching, just little kind of star stuff. Jump over, let's look at the 101s, because here's where the action's happening. And this is Heritage, and we've got 4 that are ending. One's in a bag, not the greatest of condition, that's for sure. It's pretty roughed up, so that's going to be interesting to see where that ends. But again, I love the bags. So this BGS 8 currently has a buyer's premium. It's at 23,400 right now. And it's got high subgrades. Again, go back into my other auction videos and look at when I talked about the condition, to look at what the actual condition is of the card and things to look for. That's going to go for all of these. But that's where that one is currently. These end in 3 days. It is worth noting, the PWCC auction and this Heritage auction all end at the same time in 3 days. So that's going to be on the 16th. So be very aware of that. There's one bad thing about this. You can look at, there's a couple different takeaways from this. Is the last time I kind of saw when this, I think this will obviously kind of keep the price a little bit in check. But if you are looking to enter a market, this might be a good spot, because with so many kind of going up, you can see that as definitely a buying opportunity. I would look at that, because simply so many auctions, you're going to get more when you have those options. And this is highly abnormal. I don't think I've ever seen 7 end on one day. So that's something to be very aware of and to look for. But go and check it out. So that's this 8 is much lower, and it's at 18,000 currently. And then we go and check this 8.5. Again, look at condition on these cards. This is one that I am not, I look at and it doesn't make sense, but we'll see where it ends at, 26,400. Again, buy the card, not the grade, for anything, not just simply that. And there's this one in the bag, again, roughed up. Again, what's really cool about this is that it's authentic, it's unaltered, and it's really, really, really cool. I always love the bags, but again, kind of a personal preference on that. Actually, and let's we're going to go over to PWCC, the premier auction, again, ending in 3 days. And we have, I think this bid is not including the buyer's premium. So anyone can add that in the comments, but I think this is just the current bid, which is exactly what it states. Add 20% on top of this, so we'd be talking about 4,500. So quickly doing the math, would probably be at a 26 for this one, almost 27 for this one. And here is a PSA 6, and I actually just kept the bids in case I was going to make a play, but I'm not going to for anything right here currently. But as you can see, the current bid is at 14,000 for this. Add 2,800, so I think it's at 16,800 right now. And this one down here, we've got the current bids at 13,000, so it's about 15,600 for this 7.5. Let's go take a peek at it really quick. And again, personal preference a lot on the centering and how you view this card and how PSA would see this card. But I just kind of think this card, all these are kind of interesting cards. I talk about, quality a lot and what is quality. And to me, like this PSA 6, it's hard to talk about quality when some person views, maybe something a bit more than you do and whatnot. And this, like for people who like centering, this PSA 6 is just outstanding. But, you got that white on that side, which is, kind of one of my things that I don't like. So it really is, these cards have character. That's one way to put it. And they're definitely, they're kind of unique. They're all like, a lot of them have things that I would say, okay, is that really an 8.5 or is that really an 8? So it's definitely worth noting. I want to say when the quality is down, you're not talking about super solid, everything's kind of picture perfect. There's definitely, some little flaws. They might have high subs, but do you agree with the subs? And make sure you're buying the card, not the grade, and just really do a double check when you're looking at these, because there's going to be fireworks in 3 days. I'm going to be having the popcorn out. I don't really have predictions. My biggest prediction is I think these are going to be contained, all seven ending on the same day. Just simply to me, I think is pretty obvious. That's going to keep these in check. Plus, they're all. I don't know if I agree with the condition on all of these. So with those two factors, I'm not thinking high prices. So again, kind of a buying opportunity, because if one's the quality that come up, that's going to start to bump up the comps and whatnot. I think these comps are going to be about, kind of normal average. These cards are always condition sensitive, and looking at comps does not give you the full picture. You have to go in and look at the card that was purchased. And if you're going to go on 130 point, make sure you look at the auction. Go and look at that 101. Oh, the subs were high. That's why I went for a high amount. Or, oh, the price was really low. Why? Look at the subs. Very, very condition sensitive cards. So, all right. So that's going to wrap up the auction action. We might have an update later in the week. I'll probably talk about it on Sunday or maybe even something after, but we'll see. But, give me any comments, any likes, what you're thinking and whatnot, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you at the next video.